I'm Igor Kayfetz, and this is The List Building Lifestyle, the podcast for anyone who wants to build a wildly profitable email list working from home. If you'd like to make six figures, travel the world, and help people improve their lives in the process, this podcast is for you. I also invite you to claim a free copy of my best-selling book, The List Building Lifestyle: Confessions of an Email Millionaire, at igorsbook.com. Get the free book plus $3,000 bonus package that includes my best capture page templates, email swipe files, and traffic blueprints. Visit www.igorsbook.com for details. And now, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle. Welcome back to the List Building Lifestyle. I'm your host, Igor Kayfetz. And today, I'm going to be chatting with a true, real-life, inspirational success story. His name is Jonathan Montoya. And once upon a time, before the big, great pandemic that plagued the earth, he walked away from a lucrative job as an electrical engineer, went against the grain, against everyone who said he was a dumbass to do that, because there was a good job. I mean, electrical engineer, that's something that people strive to do and strive to have for a really long time. They go to school, pay a big tuition, end up knees deep in debt just to get that position. And yet Jonathan says, no, I don't want it. I want to go online. I want to become financially free, and I want to use the internet to do it. And lo and behold, 6 months later, he hit six figures and then seven figures by the end of 2021. So now Jonathan is a proud owner of multiple streams of income, a giant email list, which is getting crazy open rates, and a sweet YouTube channel called Passive Income Lifestyles, where he's sharing a lot of his advice for free. So you want to check that out after you're done listening to this episode. But in the meantime, we want to tell you more about Jonathan and his affiliate stacking ecosystem that allows him to promote more than 30 different products all at the same time and help people on their journey. So this is going to be fun, and I'm so excited to pick your brain, Jonathan. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the List Building Lifestyle.
Hey, Igor, super excited to be here, man. I'm actually a huge fan of you since I started my affiliate journey. So it's awesome to be on this podcast, and I hope I could bring a ton of value to your audience.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you will. And I mean, just the fact that you walked away from a lucrative job like that. I mean, how many people do you know who would do something like that? Did you get any lashback from your friends and family when you decided to do it?
Dude, it was crazy. Like, well, I mean, you think about it. I went to high school, obviously, and then I went all in on getting my degree. We spent probably hundreds of thousands of dollars getting that degree, and all the time, the heartache. I mean, anyone that's ever been to college, you know, it sucks. It's your whole life is just, you're busy studying and you're doing homework, and like, just that's all I did, man. I didn't even go out and party because I was trying to get my engineering degree, so it just getting the degree was just crazy. It was like the hardest thing I ever did in my life. And then, I got my job after that, and I was working the 9-to-5 job, and I was just like, man, this is not for me. Like, I don't have the time freedom. I don't have the financial freedom. I'm sick and tired of driving in traffic, being stuck every single day. So I started kind of looking at different side hustles. And, and I've tried everything, Igor, from, e-commerce, Amazon FBA, cryptocurrency. I've tried them all. I've lost so much money and other things. Fortunately, towards the end of 2000, or actually the beginning of 2019, I started looking into affiliate marketing. I had never heard of it. And that's kind of when the journey started. And I started on the path of leaving my job. And that's with the vehicle of affiliate marketing, building my email list and kind of that slow process, quote unquote, slow process of doing that. But yeah, man, that's kind of the quick backstory.
Yeah, and what I find fascinating, I don't know if you knew that part of my journey, but I went to an Israeli Air Force military academy, and it broke down into two primary studying groups. One was mechanical engineering, So all the physical
Mm.
mechanical parts of the plane, and the other one was the electrical engineering, which is all the software and the different pieces of hardware as well that go into the plane, because there's lots of like really cool stuff that goes into it. And so I spent
Yeah, that's
6 years
awesome.
in that academy, and I was also an electronical, they called it electronical, but it also involved electrical work, engineer, and that was my degree.
Mhm.
So I what I find fascinating most is I know engineers, okay? I know guys
Yeah.
who studied with me, and when I told them that I wanted to be free to become an entrepreneur and I want to do my own thing, and that I didn't feel that a paycheck was a fair representation of my value, you know, they looked at me like I was an idiot, because to all of them,
Right.
without exception, the most important thing in the world was a stable paycheck, a company car, a company cell phone, and one vacation a year and a 13th paycheck so they can buy some new clothes every year. I mean, these guys, they had a very particular mind structure or framing about life. They were really not the sort of people who would step outside the box. And yet, you did. Not only that, you took a giant leap, because yeah, okay, so you worked your ass off to get the degree, and that's something I admire, and it's something to be respected. But you also had a job. Like, how many engineers do you know who are serving coffee in Starbucks right now? But you had a job,
Right.
and you walked away from it anyway. So first off, big balls on you for doing that, and I so admire and
Thank you.
respect that, man. But I bet it wasn't easy, and you said
Yeah.
it's a slow process. So walk us through real quick some of the most painful moments in that process, in that journey, as you were kind of making your way to the top. What were some of the most painful, most embarrassing moments when you were like, I'm done with this thing. Like, I'm quitting. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. No, dude, for sure. So this was actually before I started the affiliate marketing journey back in May of 2019. So as I mentioned, I was doing all these other things like Amazon FBA, and I had a drop shipping store, all these other opportunities. Long story short, I was trying to get rich very quickly. I didn't have my right mindset, and I basically lost lots of money. Okay. So I ended up being in debt. Um, and I couldn't pay my mortgage, man. I was negative $1,200 in my bank. This was back in May, like early May 2019, and I still have the screenshot to show. I wish I could show you. I know we're on audio, but I took a screenshot, and I knew just for a fact. I'm like, okay, this is like the worst time in my life. But I know I'm gonna get out of this. I know I'm gonna talk about this one day. And from that moment forward, man, like that's when I found affiliate marketing. So like I think it's a few weeks later, I started my first YouTube channel, my first video. I had no idea what I was doing, and that's when I started the journey. But that was super painful. And I'm gonna tell you this: I didn't even tell my wife that we were negative. I just, I just was like, okay, I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna get out of this, and we're gonna be okay. And I actually didn't tell her until I don't even know. I think until I left my job, man, I was like, "Hey, I gotta tell you something." So it was a crazy time, but that was kind of before I started the journey. I'll say this, man, like if your mindset's not right when you're starting this, like you're gonna fail, and that's why I failed at the other business models. Not because they didn't work, not because drop shipping didn't work or Amazon FBA didn't work. I was trying to get rich very quickly. So a lot of people starting affiliate marketing, they're trying to get rich very quickly. So they're gonna fail, man, because they just don't have that right mindset. Fortunately for me, I had all this heartache, all this failure with other business models. So when I started affiliate marketing, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this for the long term. I know I'm going to use this to quit my job. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm going to work until, I'm going to learn the skills, and I'm going to build my email list. I'm going to build my YouTube channel until I quit my job. Fortunately for me, it was only 9 months when I started where I was able to quit, but it was one of those things, man, where I just had the right mindset. Now, heartaches during the whole process. Yeah, of course. I mean, the way I do it is I post YouTube videos and TikToks, half the time you get 2 views on YouTube, especially when you're first starting out. That sucks, right? You get one person on your email list in a whole month of creating content. That sucks, right? But you continue to, I mean, it's all about looking at the long-term vision and knowing where you need to be and just staying consistent. So, part of the heartache was not seeing results, especially when you first get started. So yeah, man, that was kind of my journey before and leading up to quitting my 9 to 5 job.
Yeah, that is a challenging, I guess, part of the journey where you're working your ass off, but you're really not seeing the payoff, right? So it's so hard for the brain to keep going. Like it's so hard to retain motivation. You almost want to quit every day because like I don't matter, my actions don't matter, my effort doesn't produce anything, and you feel kind of powerless and helpless and insignificant, almost impotent when you check your stats. I remember one of the most frustrating experiences for me when I was doing the things that didn't work for me at the time, which were one of those is blogging, is waking up every day and then checking my analytics. Like that was the first thing I would do before I go to bed. And the first thing I would do, last thing I would do before I go to bed, and first thing I would do when I wake up in the morning is I open my laptop and I check my stats and I check my stats and I check my stats. And it's always the same damn thing. It's nothing or
Yeah.
next to nothing. So, I mean, it's so discouraging. I can't even begin describing it. But to the same extent, once you start making some things happen, and they start happening consistently, it's just liberating. It gives you power. You feel like you've got wings. So it's worth the journey. It's worth the effort. It's worth sticking through it. Now, you mentioned that YouTube was a part of your strategy.
Yeah.
Was that where you've experienced your first breakthrough?
Yeah, YouTube was definitely the main thing I focused on as far as generating traffic. Obviously, one of the biggest things that I try to do ever since I started is building my email list. But I use YouTube to fuel that to build my list. So YouTube, just organic traffic, and you know posting videos with certain keywords that would rank me at the top. Even when I had 0 subscribers, that's what I got really good at. That's what I teach my students, right? How do you build a YouTube channel and rank at the top for certain keywords, even though you have like 10 subscribers, 0 subscribers? So that's the goal, right? That's what I try to do, or that's what I did in the beginning. And over time, obviously it's a momentum thing. Once you get the ball rolling, you can't stop momentum. I mean, the only thing that can stop momentum is yourself, right? So I got the ball rolling finally, and since then, man, I really haven't stopped. Like I just continue to push, continue to get better at my craft, and that's one thing I'll say as well to anyone listening out there is it's a slow process. Whatever you're doing, just because you're learning the skills, you don't know what you're doing, right? So it's a slow process, but once you get the ball rolling, you get that momentum, it's exponential. It just, the ball starts rolling faster and faster down the hill, and then you can't stop it unless you stop, right? So anyways, but YouTube was definitely my main source of traffic starting out, until TikTok came along, which is something we could talk about later. But YouTube was definitely the thing that got me to 6 figures, fairly quickly, 6 months.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Well, we've actually had quite a few people who did well on YouTube throughout the years. And most recently, I was chatting with my buddy Charles Black, who owns a sex
Mm.
education business, where he had a big YouTube channel where he teaches men on how to have better sex life. And what happened to him, he built it quite nicely. It really went viral. Some videos got millions of views, and he built a decent list too. But one day he woke up and he says that all of a sudden I'm getting Instagram messages from people, and they're like, "Hey, dude, where's your YouTube channel?"
Oh
So YouTube
shoot.
just decided to shut him down. And he said he
Oh
was
shoot.
grateful to have an email list because that allowed him to continue and sustain himself and sustain the business, etc. So, and at the same time, I also had another guest on the show recently talking about TikTok and how she was able to go viral as well, also an affiliate marketer. And a couple of weeks back, I've attended a private mastermind meeting with somebody who used to manage the TikTok for Grant Cardone, Alex Hormozy, and a bunch of other people. And they shared some insights about TikTok, which I wasn't really like. It didn't necessarily make me want to jump into it because I mean I'm not big on social media anyway. But I'm
Yeah.
curious to hear your thoughts about it. Like, what's been your experience on TikTok so far? What are some of the challenges you bumped into? What are some of the wins and successes you've had? And how do you see it fit into your strategy?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And TikTok's actually a huge part of what we do now. We still YouTube is still our main focus because the leads coming from YouTube are just way better. But I will say TikTok, if you're just starting out and you're focusing on organic traffic, TikTok's the place to be because you can grow a following extremely quickly. Okay. So I started a brand new TikTok account like literally 2 weeks ago, Igor. You guys can go check it out. It's Jonathan Montoya Live. It only has, I started from zero. I just wanted to prove to my students how powerful TikTok was. And now I have, I think, maybe 2,000 followers in just a few weeks. So you just need that one viral video. Um, Now, the leads coming from TikTok aren't as great as YouTube, but I always say that's a great place to start because you can use TikTok to quickly build your list. And then long term, right, is we can use that to build our YouTube channel, which is, in my opinion, is the ultimate goal. That I think that's the best place to grow organically speaking, of course. So um, I think if someone's just starting out and they want to grow a following as fast as humanly possible, TikTok is where it's at. Now, the cool thing is you can, create a TikTok. And what I've been doing is I've been taking that TikTok and I've been putting it on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and Pinterest Shorts and Facebook Reels. So essentially, you're not just making a TikTok, you're making like 5 different pieces of content in a minute. Okay. Because TikToks, for those of you who don't know, they're very short videos, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, stuff like that. So, yeah, man, I believe that TikTok is very powerful, at least to get going, get the ball rolling. I wish I had TikTok when I first started. It wasn't even around. I had to start a YouTube channel. And so right now, just starting out, I think TikTok is one of the most powerful platforms out there. Like I said, organic wise, and it's a way you can build your list very quickly.
Yeah, but what's funny? Last night, my 10-year-old daughter came downstairs and she's like sobbing. I was like, "What happened?" She's like, "They banned me." I was like, "Who banned you?" He's like, "My TikTok account is banned." Can you believe it? Like, so she actually posted a couple of videos and she was wearing this tank top, and because she was
Mhm.
showing some skin, TikTok said she violated something and they banned her. Poor thing. I was like, "Honey, take it from me, from somebody who lost every possible social media account and was banned from 30 different autoresponders. It's okay. We can start another account, honey. Don't worry about it." So she's been chasing me today to start a brand new one. So we're going to be doing that later today. But I mean, that kind of goes to show you that are you really in control when you're relying on all these platforms? And for me, that's always been the most disturbing factor. How you can wake
Right.
up and just not have a following anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean that's true. I mean, that's why no matter what platform you're using, it doesn't matter. It like you always want to be building that list. That's the core principle of I know what you teach and that's what I teach as well. Like that list is everything, man. If I were to lose my whole social media, my YouTube, my TikTok, Instagram, everything, I would still have my list. And by law, I believe they're supposed to give you that list, even if the autoresponder shuts you down. Um, but if you don't have that list, man, you don't have a business and you're out of luck, So there's so many creators that just focus on creating content, and they're not building their list. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys need to be building your list. Like, do something, right? Simple landing page, right? Get someone's email, maybe their phone number. But man, I think everyone needs to be doing that because we don't own these platforms.
Yeah, we certainly do not. I mean, if Trump could get banned, then we'll get banned eventually, right? If they can ban the president, then why wouldn't they ban affiliates? But enough about that. Let's talk about your affiliate stacking ecosystem, because
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear what that's about. How do you like build 30 different income streams all at the same time?
Yeah. So, a little backstory about that. So, I mean, when I first got started in affiliate marketing, a lot of the people that I learned from was like, okay, build this email list and then just promote a bunch of different products on ClickBank, Warriors Plus, all those. And I was like, okay, that's cool. It makes some money. But for me, it was like, well, I'm going to burn out this list. Like, I don't want to burn out my list. I want to be able to build a relationship with these people. So it's a unique mechanism that I I sort of came up with, and it's been working really well. So let me try to explain it. I usually do this on like a whiteboard or something, but I'll try to visually explain it. So you want to think of solving someone's major problem. Okay, this is kind of step one in the process, and it'll kind of make sense as I go through it. Okay, so step one, you want to find a major problem to solve. So I'll take a very easy example. Let's take weight loss as an example. Okay, so someone's at point A. Okay, they want to lose weight, and we want to get them to point B, which is losing weight and feeling better about themselves, right? So we want to get this person from point A to point B. There's a lot of pain there, right? They want to lose weight, they don't feel good about themselves, all that stuff, right? So how do we get that person from point A to point B? Now that's where the affiliate stacking ecosystem goes in between that. Okay, it's going to be the journey from going from point A to point B. So, first thing is maybe they need some weight loss coaching. That's product number one. So you go find an affiliate course or an affiliate coaching product that you can be an affiliate for. Okay, that's product number one. Okay, what's the next thing that's going to get them to point B? Well, maybe they need a meal prep company. So you can go find a meal prep company to be an affiliate for. Okay, that's product number two. Then maybe they need supplements. That's product number three. So you can kind of see we're giving them multiple products to buy, but they actually need these products to get from point A to point B, right? So instead of just using your list to promote a bunch of random products, what I've done is I've figured out how do I get this customer from point A to point B. Then I build a map with different products. So an example is what I do is like I teach people how to quit their 9-to-5 jobs, right? So point A, they're at their job, they hate their job. Point B, they want to get out of that 9-to-5 job, achieve financial freedom. So what's the first product they need? Okay, they need a really good educational program. That's product one. Product two, okay, they need a funnel builder. Product three, they need an autoresponder. Product four, if they're going to do YouTube, they need a YouTube, they need TubeBuddy, right? So there's all these things, right? And I have like over 30 products that I promote now, but they all need these things to get them from point A to point B. So I hope that makes sense, because now we're not just promoting a bunch of different random products. We're giving them things that they need to get from point A to point B. And they're going to use them. They're going to buy them. And we're helping the customer. Okay. We're making more money. And then obviously we're not burning out our list, because these are things that they actually need, want to get them that dream outcome. So that's the affiliate stacking ecosystem in a nutshell.
Right. Well, that's one of the smartest things I've ever heard when it comes to affiliate marketing, because one thing that most affiliates don't do, they really don't think ahead. They really don't think in systems, and they really don't build things as much as they want to just tap into quick money, right? And that's such a key mistake, because what you're doing is you're like building a tower almost, where every level is an income stream, right?
Right.
And another thing about it is it's sequential, isn't it? So it
Right.
kind of makes sense for people as they go through it.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about building that map for trying to get them where they need to be. And you could do this in any niche. It doesn't matter. I mean, if someone's trying to learn real estate, there's a certain map, there's a certain journey that they need to go through, certain products that they need to learn real estate or whatever it is, man. Like, and that's your job as the affiliate to figure out that map to get them the best products to get that dream outcome. At the end of the day, Igor, if you can help someone achieve their dream outcome, you're going to make as much money as you want. It's not all about just promoting some random ClickBank product. I mean, that's cool. It'll probably make you money, but if you want to be in this for the long term, if you want to keep a relationship with your list, that's the, that's the framework. And then I have a list of almost about 200,000 people at this point. Um, and I just sent an email the other day to, I believe, 70,000 people, and I was getting like a 40-45% open rate, man. Which is pretty insane with sending a broadcast that big. And it's
It's
because I
unheard of. It's not
yeah,
insane.
and
It's just not like in this hemisphere. Like I don't know people with a list that big who can brag about an open rate that high. Just I just don't know them. Maybe it's your engineering brain. I don't know, but something. Are you putting on steroids? Are you drinking something? Is it something in the water? Because it's just unheard of to get a 40% open rate on a 70,000 person email list.
yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely because one, I don't just promote any random product that I see. I'm very particular about what I promote. And then, I keep I try to build that relationship with my list, always giving them value, and sending them maybe a YouTube video that helps them get a result. Like it's things like that help as well. Um, and another thing that I do, and I could just say it right now, is what I'll do is I'll send them an email, and it won't have any link at all. It'll just be like some sort of value email, and then I'll just have them reply to get whatever it is that they want. So I guess it kind of tricks the algorithm or the email system to have them reply back. So I do these every month or so. It takes a lot of time for, my team, but basically we don't have a link in there. We're like, hey, we have this new training on how to get XYZ, reply, new training, and I'll send it to you personally. So obviously we get tons of emails. It's crazy, but it works really well.
Oh yeah, I mean you're sending this one of the most important signals that you can send to the email service providers. You're basically telling them that people are opening, reading, and most importantly, replying to your emails. So,
Yeah.
I mean, when you shared this technique with me, I thought first off, I kicked myself in the head real hard, and be like, why the heck am I not doing this? But I mean, it's a simple yet brilliant thing. And it kind of reminds me of what people do on Facebook these days, don't they? It's
Right.
like you get on Facebook and someone's like, oh, we just discovered a method for blah, 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 XYZ, comment, blah, 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 and I'll send it to you in private. Right.
Right.
And so somebody comments and they send them. And so my guess is they do it because the more people comment on your post, the more engagement, the more likely you are next time to show up on people's feeds.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the same concept, and that's something I do a lot. Obviously, I'm pretty active on socials, so we'll do the same thing on Facebook or even YouTube. Is we'll have a strong copy to a free training, and then comment XYZ to get it, and it works everywhere. It works on email, Instagram, Facebook. So I took that concept and I just took it to email. So very simple things like that. Yield some pretty good results, especially with email list. So
No, I think that's a really smart way of doing things and just approach your online business in general. Because I don't know if you know this, I'm pretty sure you do, but I'm a big Dan Kennedy fan, and Dan Kennedy actually breaks this down as a technique, as one of the techniques that he recommends business owners use, where you look into and you deliberately do this. By the way, you go and you study other industries, right? You basically go out if you're in the affiliate marketing space, then you go out and you study the coaches space or the self-help or the financial or even the porn industry. I remember watching this talk by Matt Basak one time, and he said it was a talk for Ryan Dice's underground list building seminar back in like 2009. I don't know, like really really old. I mean, we're talking
yeah,
really old, ancient in the internet terms. And he actually said on that recording, and I'm not quoting him, I'm paraphrasing, and in case Matt's listening, bro, I'm serious, I heard you say it, but if I'm mistaken, please tell me, and I'll cut this out of this episode later. But he said that if you want to be on the cutting edge of marketing, you have to be looking and checking out what the porn sites are doing, because they have the most advanced algorithms. They've got the most advanced marketing techniques. They've got the most advanced cybersecurity. They've got the most advanced merchant and payment processing. It's like one of the biggest industries in the world. And
Right.
if you want to know what's going to be happening in the marketing industry a year from now, you got to go and check out what the porn industry is doing. And he's absolutely right, because those guys make a ton of money and they dictate a lot of the models. Like, for example, there used to be a time where you were to like access porn through membership sites, and today everything's like a YouTube, right? And there's like a premium model. So it changes, and if you want to like kind of look into the future, then go check out what they're doing. Again, I'm not advocating porn, I'm not advocating anything like that. I'm just saying you basically look into other industries and you can model other industries into your industry. You can model what they do, whether big or something small, into your industry. So for example, this is how FedEx was created.
Mm.
So they looked into the banking industry, and there was the whole overnight check deposit thing. And they said, you know what? Let's do an overnight mail delivery. That's how all the fast food restaurants came up with the drive-through concept. They didn't invent it. The banking industry invented it, where you
Oh
could,
wow.
drive through the banking thing and deposit your check or get the cash. So the drive-through was adopted into fast food through by the example of the banking industry. And so there's tons of different examples like that. And so that's why I'm always subscribing to other people's lists. I'm always
Right.
looking into different product categories. I'm always like checking things out. Like most recently, something that I've found to be fascinating is I subscribe to this newsletter about coffee. It's called
Uh-huh.
naturalboostcoffee.com. And it's actually owned by my friend who's also here in Canada. And
Hmm.
but I didn't know that when I subscribed to it at first. I'm just a big coffee guy. Even as we record this, I've got an espresso sitting right next to me. It's pretty cold and pretty disgusting, but it's there. So it's a big
Yeah.
part of my life. And they sent out an email notifying about a brand new whiskey infused coffee blend that they've developed. Right now, this is pretty cool, because what they're doing is they're merging two completely different customer categories: people who like whiskey and people who like coffee. So they're now appealing to a brand new segment of the market through the sheer offer that they're making. So once I saw this, although I don't drink, I got a buddy who's a lawyer who's really big into whiskey. In fact, for his birthday last month, I got him a really expensive bottle of whiskey, and I've never seen
Hmm.
him so excited. Like the year before, I got him like a really cool portable cooler thing for like 50 liters or so for his like cottage, but he wasn't excited
Yeah.
about that at all. But this thing, like just a $300 bottle of whiskey, he almost went nuts. Like you could really see
That's
him
cool.
almost jump around, like a child. It was fascinating. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting this for Eugene, right? And I shipped him a pack. It's still on the way. But what I found fascinating is how they took something that's completely unrelated to coffee, whiskey,
Hmm.
and they fused it together into an offer. Now, I don't know how they
Interesting.
did it. I don't know how good the product is, but the fact of the matter is, there's a pack on the way to my friend's house as we speak, because of how unique and exciting the offer was, just because of this one thing that I know my friend feels excited about. So you can do that in virtually any industry by merging different market categories, right? So if you're doing, if I'm talking about list building, right, this concept was applied yesterday when I was doing an interview with somebody for a podcast that they have for authors. So all of a sudden, it was
Hmm.
just list building. It was list building for authors, made it a lot more relevant, a lot more exciting
Ah,
for the
right.
podcast host. And all of a sudden, everyone's happy, right? I'm talking to authors who want to build a list. I'm telling them to check out my book. And the podcast host is the hero, because they're introducing this concept to authors who generally don't tend to build a list. So I think it's a brilliant thing that you've done, where you took this concept and you applied it to something that people generally do not tend to apply it to. And I'm sure you're full of these ideas, and I would highly encourage everyone to check you out on YouTube. to search your channel called Passive Income Lifestyles after they're done listening. Now, so now that you're a successful affiliate,
Hmm.
and I know you kind of expanded beyond that, right? Because you kind of went beyond being just an affiliate marketer, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I saw a lot of success with affiliate marketing, and I started getting a lot of people who wanted coaching, who wanted me to train them and mentor them. So, the next logical thing after that is build, a framework or a blueprint on how I did, how I got the results I've gotten. So, that's when I built my main core program, Freedom Breakthrough. It's been a very successful program. We've had hundreds leave their job already, and it hasn't been out that long. And that's been kind of the core blueprint on how I've done it. Actually, there's two iterations of that program. So that's the blueprint. I've also created like a beginner's challenge, which we've had about 33,000 students go through, and that one is just a simple framework on how the affiliate stacking ecosystem works, how to tap into my exact resources. And that one's been very successful as well. So, essentially, I'm still an affiliate, man. I love affiliate marketing so much, but I do have my own programs now. But I'll tell you this, man, like it's affiliate marketing is so much less stressful because you're promoting someone else's product. You don't got to worry about the fulfillment, support, anything like that. But I enjoy having my own program for sure. But I still have that love for affiliate marketing. So
Look, I'll tell you this. We have it good with affiliate marketing, because a lot of times I find myself thinking I could really create a program around this thing right here, and it would be a really good program. But you know what? My friend, Alex, whatever, has a program about this already. I might as well just
right,
take half the money and just tell people to go work with Alex, because
right.
I won't have to deal with the headaches. And you're right, man. You're right. When you put together your own programs, your own products, there's a whole world of problems that you're creating for yourself. But you couldn't help it, couldn't you? I mean, you still did it. What do you think? What do you think drove you to do it?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's funny because my wife was the one that would say, "Hey, you should build your own program." And I was like, it's I gotta. There's 10,000 more things I gotta do now. It's one of those things you get bored, man. You get stagnant, and I had quit my job. And I had done really well with affiliate marketing, and I was making more and more money, but money at a certain point isn't everything. I think as a human and as someone that wants to grow in life, you just want to get to the next level. And for me, that was the next challenging thing, is was building my own program, and not only just some random program, but a program that gets people results. And for me, man, it's even there. I haven't stopped. I made a second iteration of my program. That's why we have Freedom Breakthrough 2.0, and that's been around for about a year and a half. But now I'm already back to the drawing board, and we're building a whole new framework that's going to be even better. And right now, at the time of recording, it's not even out yet, and it's something I haven't even talked about. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm just a type of person that likes to grow, and I don't like to get stagnant. I guess you could say I get bored. I want to do things that make me uncomfortable. That's what it's funny because it sucks getting out of your comfort zone, but then you look back, it's like, wow, I did this amazing thing, and that's my thing right now, man. It's like, is growth. If you're not growing, you're dying. And I really believe that. So, I'm 31 years old, and I've done, I think, some pretty cool things in the last few years. And I continue to see myself growing and never stopping. And again, it's not about the money, because I don't buy a lot of fancy things. It's for me, it's just the growth and getting better and learning more skills and connections, and it's crazy. I never thought I'd meet some of the people that I've met in the past year, especially meeting you, it's just crazy, man. I would see you guys and I'd be like, these guys are just on this pedestal, right? So it's just, going back to your question is it's just a growth thing, you know.
It's funny, and I know you say this and you mean it when you say it's not about the money for you, but we hear it so often that I really want to emphasize just how much this is actually true, rather than fake modesty. I know you're a dream car winner with ClickFunnels, right?
Yes.
So, would you mind sharing with the list builders which dream car, when you won it with ClickFunnels, you could choose any car. I mean, within reason, but still any car. Which car did you choose?
So I actually got a truck. It was just GMC Sierra 2500. It's a very nice truck. A lot of people were like, "Oh, why didn't you get a be a Lambo or whatever, one super super fast car?" I was like, you know what? I don't need it. I just need something that it's gonna I can go camping with. I could do my outdoor stuff, and that's all I did. So yeah, I love it, man. It's been awesome. ClickFunnels pays for the car, or I'm sorry, the truck, and I'm loving it, man. It's a beautiful truck, and my family loves it as well.
Well, but you see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about you getting a Lambo. You could have said, you know what, I'm gonna get a truck, but I'm gonna get a pimped up truck like a Ford F-150 Raptor,
Mm,
something like super luxurious, super fast. But you just go for a GMC Sierra, just a truck. Maybe nothing special, but you see, it's that's what I'm talking about. So when I know
yeah.
when you say it's not about the money for you, but it is about growth. It is about expansion, impact, leaving a mark, leaving a footprint. I know you mean it, because when people say, "Oh, it's not about the money for me," and then they jump into their Rolls Royce or live in their giant house or something, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I never hid the fact that for me it was, I guess, just about the money as it is about growth. Like, I drive a Porsche, my wife drives a Porsche. I enjoy it. I'm a car guy. I've always dreamed of having great cars, but at the same time, my house isn't anything impressive, and I
Yeah.
spend more on my daughter's private school and my son's kindergarten collectively than I do on the cost of my house. But I know some gurus who live in these giant houses, and they end up trying to chase their bills,
Mhm.
going from promo to promo, which is something I've never really liked. When you start making more money, and I'm not sure if you had that experience or not, because I mean, you're a really smart guy, maybe you're different, but when you start making more money, um the tendency is your spending goes up too. So
Yeah.
you start, your bills kind of start catching up to your income, and you start chasing your bills, and even if you're making a large amount of money. So for me, I was always conscious of not really going crazy. And even the cars that I've purchased, I've always bought them cash, because this way I'm not accumulating unnecessary monthly payments, and I don't have to feel like I'm chasing my lifestyle, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally makes sense. And I actually totally get that as far as like spending more money. And that goes with anything, man. That's like having a job and getting a raise and having a business and making more money. That's one thing I will say I've always been pretty good at is managing money. I've always been pretty good at it. It's funny, Igor. I actually, so when I was at my engineering job, I would get paid about I don't know, maybe 5,000 a month. So I have a S corp for my business, and I actually only pay myself about $5,000 a month, which is crazy, man. I live on the same income that I still live on, so that's all we pay ourselves. We still live in the same house. ClickFunnels pays for my truck. My wife's car's paid off, so we're simple, man. Like it's one of those things. Now I think eventually we are outgrowing this house. I think maybe next year we'll finally upgrade. Because we're only in a 3 bedroom home. It's pretty small with 4 people here, but yeah, it's one of those things, man. I've always tried to be smart with the money. Like as I mentioned, I did go negative when I started my other business, but that's because I was just trying to get rich quick, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing that again. So
Yeah, and I respect that. I respect that, because I think people try to outgrow their income too fast. And I think when you stay humble like that, and you stay like you keep living the same lifestyle, it continues to influence your decision making, and you stay kind of hungry. Like for me, it's the same way. When I started making a big paycheck, it actually took a few years for me to catch up, like mentally and emotionally, to catch up with the fact that, oh, i'm I'm making a lot of money now. Because before that,
Hmm.
I felt like a poor guy who just landed into a bunch of money, but I'm still like a poor guy. But then it starts catching up with you, and you start upgrading your lifestyle because you feel it's time, because you feel you've earned it. So I think that time is still ahead of you. Plus, if you have more kids, you probably won't have a choice, but you'll have to upgrade, and that's just gonna come naturally to you. But look, I can keep picking your brain forever. Unfortunately, we are out of time. So first and foremost, I want to encourage everyone to go and subscribe to your YouTube channel at Passive Income Lifestyles. So guys, get on YouTube and search for Passive Income Lifestyles or Jonathan Montoya, and subscribe to the channel. Check it out. He's putting out a ton of value, and it's free. Plus, I want you to watch what he's doing, as well as sign up for his TikTok, because you'll see the content strategy, which I think is pretty smart, the way you repurpose content from one platform to another. But in addition, I really want to put a word out there and encourage everyone to sign up for your challenge. So, can you tell us a little bit more about the challenge you put together for beginners?
Yeah, absolutely. And basically, it's just a 3 day challenge. You can go through it whenever you want. It's not like a live challenge, but essentially, I show you how the affiliate stacking ecosystem works. Day two, I show you how to build the system, basically building your list. The cool thing that I do is not only do I show you the skills on how to build the system, but I also give you pretty much a done for you type business where you can promote 20 products right away, instantly. I pretty much let you use, or I let you leverage my exact same resources. And then day three, essentially, okay, this is how we get as much traffic as possible, creating 5, 15 second TikTok videos, even without talking in most instances. So that's a gist of it. The URL is just www.jonathanmontoyalive.com/3day, and that'll take him straight to the challenge.
All right. So you heard him, guys. And if you're too lazy to type the link in, then go to our website at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com and check out the episode transcript, and you'll be able to click on the link instead of having to remember and type it. But you still definitely want to check out Jonathan's challenge. Um, Go through it, learn, use his system. The guy knows his shit. Okay, I highly recommend you check him out. Plus, he's probably one of the smartest affiliates out there right now. He might not be the biggest yet because he's only been at it for a couple of years, but this is a name that's going to echo through the decades in this game. I'm pretty sure of that, unless he changes directions sometime down the road, which I hope he doesn't, because he's amazing at what he does. Jonathan, thank you so much for investing the time to sit down with me and let me pick your brain. We just, we love spending time with guys like you. Again, I want to encourage everyone to get on YouTube and sign up for your YouTube channel, Passive Income Lifestyles. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I mean, do whatever a YouTube subscriber would do. But start following Jonathan, because you've got a lot to learn from this guy. Passionate, young, successful, energetic, knows how to work the camera, and most importantly, really, really smart dude who really cares about his followers. So go check him out. I also recommend you look into building your own affiliate staking ecosystem, because that's just a really smart thing to have, a really good thing to build multiple streams of income all at the same time. And if you want to see how it's done, go once again and check out Jonathan's challenge. Again, what's the URL for that?
It's Jonathan, or www.jonathanmontoyalive.com/3day. That'll take you right to the challenge. And typically, if you go to my YouTube channel or TikTok, it's usually that first link in there that usually takes you directly to the challenge as well.
All right. You've
All
heard the
right,
man.
Igor. Hey
So,
man, thank
Jonathan,
you so
again,
much for.
thank
Oh, I'm
you.
sorry. I just said thank you so much for having me on. It's really been a pleasure being on here and meeting you as well, man, and connecting with you. Like I said, you're one of the guys I followed when I first started, and it's really cool to meet you. So I appreciate you having me on here.
No, no, the pleasure is all mine because this is what this industry is about. It's the industry where somebody steps in, they're a newbie, they're a nobody, right? And then 3 years down the road, they're like a big shot and they're the ones in the spotlight. And that's you, man. You made the journey. It's like, you're like, a classic underdog who steps in into a completely unknown place and dominates in a couple of years, and it's so inspirational. So for me, it
Yeah,
was a
man.
true pleasure and an honor hosting you on the show, and hopefully not the last time. Hopefully we can jam some more together on the show because you're just a
Absolutely.
fascinating guest. And again, guys, I highly advise you and recommend you follow Jonathan on YouTube and TikTok. Go to YouTube and search for Passive Income Lifestyles. Get on his channel. He puts out content regularly, and it's actually pretty good content. Something I can't say about most YouTube channels these days, who just do a reaction video about a reaction video about some other video. So it's just silly what's happening there. The platform has gone, the quality of the content has gone down, but I'm really grateful for guys like you, man, who keep it up. So,
Thank you.
guys, this is it for the Lisbon lifestyle. Again, Jonathan, thank you very much. And until next time we chat, have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the List Building Lifestyle. Get access to the previous episodes, transcript of today's show, as well as other exclusive content at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. Also remember to claim your free copy of my best-selling book at www.igorsbook.com. It explains how I made millions with list building starting from scratch. Plus, I'll give you $3,000 worth of free bonuses, including my best landing page templates, email swipe files, and traffic blueprints. Go to www.igorsbook.com now to claim your free package.